talk to you over about the next 20 minutes about the 3 things that you need to be doing right now to start building a really strong personal brand. How many of you think you've got a really strong personal brand? There's a go! One of the things actually that you need to start doing straight away is stop thinking about your personal brand being about things like roller banners, business cards, websites, what you wear. That's not what it is. They're all part of what it is, but not one of those individual bits make up a personal brand. And certainly your personal brand is not the printed material or the online material that you use to market yourself, your services, your product, your business. The first thing that you need to do to start creating a really good, strong personal brand is actually do the bit that's a bit awkward. And that's have a look at yourself. The first question you need to ask yourself is, what do I want people to be saying about me and my business when I'm not here? Because nobody's actually going to stand in front of you at a 4M meeting and go, do you know what, Sheena, I think your brand's rubbish. I don't understand what you do. I've got no idea about how your business could help mine. Your website's a bit crap, and your business cards are shit. Nobody's going to do that, because that's not how we react with each other. You might get some constructive criticism, where somebody's using all of those words, but in a nicer way. Have you thought about speaking to the lovely Neil, who is becoming famous for printed material? Have you thought about that kind of thing? But what you need to be thinking about is, what do people say about you when you are not in the room? And that's not to think that you want people to be going, I think she's the best thing since sliced bread. But what you do want is people to remember you for the right reasons and not the wrong ones. So the first thing that you need to be thinking about is, what do you want people to say about you when you're not in the room? That's what personal branding is all about. Because you can leave a banner up, you've got a website, you can throw business cards around like confetti, but that's not your brand, and that's not your business. You are your brand. You are your business. So now I'm going to use lovey-dovey words like love your business. Because if you don't love what you do, it shows. It shows big time. Because there's no sense of belief. When you talk to somebody who's fallen out of love with their business, it is like talking to somebody who's hollow inside. Because all they're doing is giving you the words that they think you want to hear. They will say things to you like, well, we've been going for 15 years. But it's that kind of deadpan, we've been going for 15 years and I've lost the will to live. We've been going for 15 years and I really don't care anymore. You can hear it in the voice. You can see it in the face. And if we can't always be lucky enough to be 100% super duper happy about everything we do. I hate anything to do with accounts. Hate it. Yeah. Loathe it, despise it, actually makes me want to go and find a corner and have a happy place. Happy place, happy place. But, it is part of running a business. So if there are areas that you have in your business that don't make you happy, you need to ask yourself why. That's the second step in building a really personal brand, a really strong personal brand. First one is, what do you want people to say about you when you're not there? And the second one is, do I actually love my business? Do I love most of my business? And then look at the bits you don't love and ask yourself why. Is it because, like me with the stuff with accounting, actually the reason I don't like it is because it scares me quite a lot, because I don't really know what I'm doing, and it's got numbers and I'm not good with numbers. So it's that whole thing of, I've just done this VAT return and I've sent it off to HMRC and I've paid them a watch load of money, and inside I've got that whole, I don't know if I've done that right. I really don't know if I've done that right. So if you have areas of your business like that, in our network, in our community, there are people who can help you. You don't have to have those bits in your business that make you want to go and find your happy place, that make you want to sit in a corner and suck your thumb with Teddy. Okay? There are lots of people in the For Networking community that can help you with that. So think about outsourcing, because what you don't want is for those areas of your business to start clouding that whole what people think about you when you're not there. Because it shows. And you've got to have that 100% belief in what you're doing to be able to get people to believe in what you do and want to work with you. We want everybody to buy our stuff. It doesn't matter how many times in the For Networking community we go, don't say buy your stuff. It's not a sales pitch, it's an insight. We come networking Because we want people to buy our bloody stuff. And we want you to do it now, before you leave. It's all of that kind of thing. And the thing is, we know that. And I love full networking because it's a little bit like we're all in this special club and we just don't use the password. Don't say buy my stuff, just don't do it, but buy my stuff. But that's why we're here. Okay? And you do that by building up relationships. Having a strong personal brand is an essential part of that. Because you want people to remember you for the right reasons and not the wrong ones. When people are talking about distressing family events, for example, nobody likes to talk about losing a member of the family. Nobody likes to talk about death. Angie's job is a really hard sell. But through networking, we all now know somebody that if somebody came to me and said, I've just had a loss in the family and I don't know what to do about celebrating that person, I know exactly who I'm going to get them to talk to. You know, that moment in my life when I was in the middle of delivering a Visio course in Milton Keynes for a motor company, when my laptop went, nah, not going to, blue screen of death. Who did I call? PC Buster Lawrence. Because, you know, I literally did sit there and thought, oh, holy crap, I've got a whole afternoon of stuff to do, so got on the phone, fixed it, brilliant. That's part of where your personal brand comes in. Because those people stick out in my mind. You know, as people I can go to for help and support, as many of you around the room are. People that I would think, okay, I can go to Naomi for help with this. I know that Portia gives good phones, so if I need somebody to do a sales call for me, I'll use Portia. And if you need a jolly good sit down, I shall actually go to Peter's furniture shop and bouncing on his sofas. So building a strong personal brand also means that you have to have a really strong belief in what you do. If there are areas of your business you don't enjoy, then you've fallen out of love with them, then get someone to help you reignite that spark. Do a bit of business love counselling. Outsource it. Go and find help. Get rid of the things that are making you miserable. Sometimes that might mean you have to take a change of path. Because you might look at your business and think, actually, none of this is really making me very happy. It did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, however many years ago it was, or months, or weeks, or even days. But you might then sit there and think, I just don't want to do this anymore. I did, and I was really good at it. But now I want to do something else. I want to use a new skill. Or I want to take skills that I've had but I haven't been using for years, and I want to be able to get those out there. I want to start teaching people how to crochet. I want to make jam. I want to be an artisan bread maker. I want whatever. The third step is do it. What's the worst that could happen? If you have a business that's making you miserable, it shows in your personal brand. One of the reasons that then will manifest itself is no one buys your stuff. Because that desperation, that, oh please God buy my stuff, comes out of every pore. Because your personal brand then is letting you down. Because you're not creating that image of somebody that really loves what they do and is really, really committed to it and that people want to work with. Personal branding, there's a really key word in there, one that begins with P, which is personal. Okay? Because you have to do it. You have to work on it. A lot of you know that my personal branding story is a bit like an emotional roller coaster. That's why I make people like Lawrence cry. Yeah. More than once. But finding the conviction to actually be who I wanted to be is one of the most powerful things I've ever done for myself, because it made me realise that a lot of what was making me miserable in the business I ran before is because I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. You know, I was not that corporate person. I did not want global domination. I did not want the responsibility of 35 full-time staff. I didn't want it. So I stopped. And I went and did something else. And then about a year ago, I was in exactly the same sort of place. Kind of fallen out of love with that, really. You know, annual training programs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, lightning training, woo. Productivity training. Come and talk to me about Excel, please don't talk to me about Excel. And I knew that that was where I was in my head. I was thinking, I'm not selling this because I don't believe in it anymore. I don't believe in it because I'm bored. Why am I bored? The challenge is gone. I had two choices at that point. I could have thought, oh well, I'll just carry on the way I am, because that's easy. That's no challenge. That's the comfy route, where you just kind of go, okay, it's going to be crap. But crap is better than trying to do something I don't know. Crap is better than failure. Crap is better than it not working out. Crap is better than having egg on my face. Crap's not better than that. I put my underpants on over my trousers. Changed my life. Because all of a sudden I had something I really believed in, and I knew it worked because it worked for me. And I realised then that what I wanted to do was go and tell people about it. Instead of sitting there going, oh no, I really need to be talking about how training programmes are really essential for the development of your business, and that, yes they are. But do you know what? That doesn't have to be sitting in a room in front of a computer going, pivot tables for the win! Woo! Really not. And that for me was quite a key moment, because I thought, that's what I've fallen out of love with. I don't want to train that stuff anymore. Yeah, I'm done with all of that. What I do want to do is to train people to be the best they can be. And I can do that in a number of different ways. So I started to change what I offered. And that was bloody scary. Because for the last years, I'm not going to say how many, my business reputation and my personal reputation have been built on being a specialist IT trainer. Not on being somebody who offered professional and personal development. Whole different ballgame. Hi, I'm Sheena Whyatt from Lightning Training. Yeah, I know you think I'm the one who only does Excel training, but I'm not. I do all of this stuff. And the Excel training, yes, I still do that too. But it was that whole trying to get that across. That's where the personal brand really had to come into play. I knew that I had that belief and commitment from some of my client base, but I knew I didn't have it from a lot of them, because they only saw me in that bit. Yeah, Microsoft Office training, that's what she does, that bit. It's like, open your mind. So what I wanted people to talk about when I wasn't in the room, that I was the go-to resource for any of their training needs. If they've got employees that were struggling, whatever it was, whether it was the dreaded Excel level 2s, it's like, talk to Sheena. But I had to create that. And one of the things I had to do was to concentrate on being memorable for the right reasons and not the wrong ones. And that meant I had to come out of the box of IT training and start to talk to people about what I wanted to do. I had to get brave and do it. And I could have sat there for months doing the most fantastic planning. I could have bought several hundred packs of Sharpie pens, because who doesn't like a new pack of Sharpie pens, and had flip charts and done all of that, and hope I'm doing something. Look, I'm planning. No, you're not. You're pissing around. Okay? If you're going to do it, just do it. What was the worst thing that was going to happen for me? I might have spent a few £100 on getting some great graphics done and some banners done to support a new brand, and that would have been about it. And I'd have kind of thought, okay, didn't really work. Oops. Let's go back and have a look at why. Did I actually not really believe in it enough? And is that why it didn't really sell? Did I not get it quite right? Am I over-pitching it, underselling it? Am I not thinking about the market? All of those things. If that's the worst thing that can happen, you just dust off, pick up, have another go. Because the worst thing that you can do for your personal brand is be afraid of change. Because change is what keeps us engaged, energised, enthused. I'm sure there are lots of other E-words I could use if I could only think of some. So there's some of the things that you need to think about right now for you and your business. First of all is that whole thing of, when you walk out of this networking meeting, what do you want people to be saying about you? What's the impression that you're making when you go into a room, for you and for your business? Do they match? One of my favourite clients, my actually second client for KAPOW, was an accountant. Bless him. I will not name him. You don't know him. He's not a networker. He must therefore die. But he is awfully die, really, die or join. That's the way it goes. But he's a very, very big guy. Very big guy. He's 6'8". He is married. I'm sorry. 6'8". Very tall guy. He's very into heavy metal and biking. Okay. Ex-rugby player. Do you need that? So ex-rugby player. So what really is the picture of, this is a big chap, big bulky chap, all the rest of it. And he would turn up to his initial one-to-one coaching sessions with me in a suit. And it just looked like somebody shoved sausages into this suit. He was a big muscly guy, it didn't look right, and he looked so uncomfortable. And he would talk to me about his business in those deadpan tones. Well, yeah, you know, the accounting's going really well. I'm getting loads of new clients. Yeah, it's really good. Wow. First time I said, no, it's not. It's rubbish, isn't it? He went, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. We're getting loads and loads of new business. It's fine. It's fine. Okay? Wow. So I said, what's the matter? And when we were talking about it, what became really apparent was what he wanted to do was be a really great accountant, and he was very good at it. What he did not want was to be trussed up in a suit. The two things didn't match. He was this big, gregarious, outgoing guy into heavy metal and with tattoos all over the place. And he was forcing himself into a suit because that's what he thought he had to look like to be successful. So by working together with him and working out what it was he wanted to do, what he actually ended up doing was looking at being an accountant in a very niche market. And he's an accountant for independent music. It's fantastic. And he rocks up, you know, in his jeans, his t-shirt, with his long hair and the tats and all the rest of it, and he is so much happier. And yeah, okay, he's not getting the same volume of new clients as he did before, but he's happy, and it shows. Because now people want him to work for them. He found the niche in the market that he really loves, the heavy metal industry, if you like, so he went out there and he did it. He did that, but without the leotard. Although that could have been entertaining. But, you know, he thought about it, and he got that help to kind of work out what it was that was making everything just fine. So if you then, when you're leaving this meeting, get in your car and you're not thinking, right then, weekend, here we go, and then Monday, look out, I'm coming. Look at yourself and ask some of those questions. Is the reason that people aren't getting your phone ringing off the hook, not just because you're not using Porsche, but that they're thinking, I don't really know what you do because you're not really selling it and you're not making an impact for the right reasons for you and for your business. If you need to make changes in your business, be brave. Have a go. Okay, the world will not end if it doesn't work out first time. It rarely does. But if you're unhappy with some parts of your business, think about changes you could make. Either get somebody in to help you with the bits you don't want to do, difficult sums, hard spellings, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, or look at why it's making you miserable. Maybe you're just not in the right niche. Maybe you're not in the right market, in which case talk to people. Go out there and say, can I have a chat? I'm not quite sure if I'm doing the right thing. And for networking as a business support community is one of the best places you can do that. Because we've all been there in some way or another, and so we all understand what those particular challenges can be like, and so we'll listen and we'll give you advice, and we will tell you if we think your idea is rubbish. We just won't tell you it's shit. Okay, we'll give you some ideas to think about. And then the third thing you've got to do, folks, is just put your pants on over your trousers and do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Personal branding is all about you. 3 things that you can do today to start making that work for you. Ready?
Yes.
Steady?
Yes.